Walk a mile in her high heels and your brain might fall out. Well, at least according to a startup CEO, George Cortell. He just recently tweeted while at a venture capitalist event, and it caused kind of a ruckus. He put up this photo of a woman in stilettos with the hashtag brains not required. Really? I'm not sure anyone actually thinks that women who wear heels don't have brains, but it certainly made us think about the bigger picture of how and what people are wearing to work these days. It is today's Money Talker. Here with me, Jarrod Randolph, Liz Wheel, and I'm sorry, I know I was going to do that. Liz Stern, you are not Liz Wheel. You don't look anything like her. And Julie Roginski, at least I got that one.
You did.
That's right. What do you guys think? If you wear high heels, you're brainless? You have high heels on, Julie.
I do.
Did you check? Is your brain still
You know
in
what?
there?
I know that I don't. I only wear high heels when I'm on TV. So like I'm that slacker that like until the last second is wearing flats. So
does your brain fall out the back of your head?
My brain, I do. You know, if people think I sound kind of dumb, it's only because I wear high heels on TV. So I'm a lot smarter in real life.
Whenever I'm in heels, I definitely feel dumb.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw that out there right now. But it depends on the type of job that, you know, if you're trying to climb the corporate ladder or you're sliding down a pole, there's two different types of attire. Two different types of attire that you should actually wear to the office.
Liz, you got to get in here.
I'd love to meet this guy. Bring him here right now. As a female business owner and entrepreneur, and most of my friends are as well, we love our high heels. We wear our high heels proudly, and we are all fabulous and smart business women. How dare he?
I don't know. Does it speak to a larger conversation about what is and isn't appropriate to wear to work?
Most certainly.
Yes.
It absolutely does.
What is your no? I mean, what is the thing? So for this guy, it was the high heels, and we don't agree with him.
No.
But there are other things. I mean, the very short skirt. What is it that is the no-go in your opinion?
For me, in my opinion, the very, very short shorts are no-go to come to the office in.
Have you seen them in an office setting?
I have. Not in my office setting, thank goodness, but I have seen it in office settings. I also have seen where the skirts, the minis, are very, 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 very short.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to know if they're, you know, what's going on underneath, but I know that it's not appropriate for office work. So there are certain things.
What do you guys think? Absolute no's.
They're graphic t-shirts for me. Graphic t-shirts.
And you don't mean graphic like vulgar. You mean graphic
like
with
just having actually a graphic, a word
like
on your t-shirt. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're in a casual atmosphere or a conservative atmosphere. I mean, I think you need to dress a little bit more appropriately and be formal when
What
you're
if
in
you
the
work
office.
at a tech startup? I mean, what if you work at a workplace where they say we are very casual? Do you still?
I'm against the graphic tee. That's all I can say.
That's it. Okay.
Well, so I don't know the PC word for this, so I'm not going to say the un-PC word, but those little undershirts that men wear when they potentially beat their wives, the white ones.
The white beaters?
Tank top. There we go.
That's the word I didn't want to use.
That's
but
what they say they
no,
are.
not because I think they're inappropriate, but because I don't think I want anybody working for me who even thinks they're appropriate ever to wear
In any setting.
unless
Anyone would be
they're
willing to wear
playing
that.
Stanley Kowalski and Streetcar Named Desire. Then
Yeah.
you're good. Well, you know, can I just bring this up? Like my assistant on Monday, this is how much of a slacker my office is, walks in with literally holes in his shirt.
Holes in his shirt.
And I said, do I not pay you enough? And he started, and so the right answer should have been, no, you don't. But instead, he started saying, why do you ask? And I said, well, you're wearing holes in your shirt, and I want to know, like, do I not pay you enough? He didn't really care.
He didn't care from a boss's perspective. What do you think when people in your office are wearing these things? Because I think from the female perspective, you know, a lot of women have been taught you get ahead by being attractive, and you see that work in many different settings. And I think some people at home are thinking this and want someone to say it, that if you are an attractive woman and you're wearing high heels or something tight, you do get more attention. Do you get more promotions? What does a boss think in that setting? What do you honestly believe a boss thinks?
It's about representing yourself appropriately when you're representing whomever you're working for and the company. And there are levels of attractiveness. I mean, you don't have to have a low-cut T-shirt on or showing your back or have a short that's too skirt to look the part and be attractive. So it's about being self-aware to realize that representing yourself and looking attractive is fine. You just don't need to go to
But let's be honest. I mean, this, again, is not a PC thing to say, but there's been studies on this. Attractive people get paid more. They get promoted more. Yeah. And as much as we all, you know, let's be honest about it. If you're, you know,
attractive doesn't necessarily correlate with having skimpy clothes on. I mean, men, we basically wear a T-shirt, a shirt, pants, or, you know, slacks, a blazer, or a suit. So we don't have that many options, but women have so much more options.
Liz, you were talking about what you do as a boss. Yeah. You know, I mean, like, what do you say if you feel like, I mean, Julie's trying to bring up the conversation saying, I don't like the holes in your T-shirt. It sounds like he's not getting the message, although after this segment, I'm thinking that he may.
I warned him I was going to say.
I it's very interesting. As a boss, I also try to set the rules from the very beginning. So when a new employee comes to work for me, we go through like the rules and like how I expect what my expectations are for them. And wardrobe is one of them. You know, there are many things on the list. However, wardrobe is one of them that's very important. And they'll say to me, and especially because I do different events all around New York City, and they'll say to me, well, Liz, sometimes before the event, what should I wear? Should I wear a skirt? Should I wear a pair of jeans? They come to me and they ask me, which I really like, the communication. And it could be an email, it could be a text, just to know.
What would you do if somebody was wearing something at work that you thought was inappropriate?
I would honestly tell them.
Yeah.
I would pull them aside and just say, you know, just so you know, for the next time.
You wouldn't be worried about getting in trouble for harassment? I mean, that's the other thing. Like, what if you say to a woman, your skirt is too short, we can see things. I mean, couldn't she turn around and say that you were harassing her?
She technically could, but you also you have to play your cards right. So if you're in a company where you're worried about that and someone is continually dressing inappropriately, then that's obviously something you need to address with HR and tell them that this needs to be pointed out, because it's not a good representation of the company or us as a brand.
Are we a society where we have started becoming much more lax about what we're wearing and very casual? And we don't have the same. I mean, I remember when people would dress up for church. Now you go to church on Sunday, you see people in jeans. It used to be here in New York in the theaters. People would get dressed up to go out, and nowadays
go to the movies, go for dinner.
Or getting on a plane. I mean, that used to be in the Don Draper days. That was a nice thing to do.
That's when you had nice planes. Now we're Uggs and, like, you know, basically
and Juicy Couture sweatpants.
Right.
Yes. Oh, can I tell you, actually, as a personal pet peeve, that's unacceptable to me.
Unacceptable.
Juicy Couture sweatpants with Juicy written across your butt.
In any circumstance.
In any
that's
circumstances.
A total no-go without question. But we are a society that's more casual. What would you tell kids? I mean, what happened to dress for the job that you want, not the job you have?
I also think, too,
you look like you're trying too hard when you do that.
I think it's important for children to also understand that what they wear, they should take pride in, and they should feel good about what they're wearing, and they should also express their individuality. So I think it's important, but I think it's also important to set those guidelines and from the beginning.
But I think also, especially if you live in a place like New York City, these kids are out of control with how much they pay attention to clothes, and it almost goes in the opposite direction of just insanity. I was actually, by sheer coincidence, at Saks Fifth Avenue up the street. Not sheer coincidence, not for my child, and I was looking at these clothes in the children's department for these girls that are like Marnies that you're paying like $2,000 for 5-year-olds.
Yeah, no, that's not normal. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.